All right, you guys, we're going to do it. This is a channel that you folks have been putting in my comments for a long time. JesterBell. I've seen this in so many of my videos. I've seen you guys mention her in live streams, under posts that I've made. You really wanted me to dive into this content creator. So what I want to do today is something a little bit different. We're not going to react to any of her content. What I want to do is I want to take you guys through my process, how I determine if there's a channel that I want to keep an eye on in case I want to debunk something that they say or do down the road, and like how I gauge them on like a chuddiness, grifty type scale. Now, full disclosure, I have seen like a tiny fraction of a video from her before, like the Fantastic Four one there, you see the little red bar. I saw a little bit of that. And I've watched over half of her video about Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy. And I had determined in that video, at least the portion that I watched of it, that she's an extremely intellectually dishonest content creator. Now, that doesn't mean that she's grifting necessarily, doesn't mean she's scamming, doesn't mean she's doing outrage stuff for outrage reasons, but it did raise a red flag for me, and I thought, okay, instead of reacting to that one video, let's go and check her channel out. So that's what we're gonna do today. So let's take a look here. So we have JesterBell's channel, 50K subs, pretty good. She's an independent, let's take a look at her profile here. Independent filmmaker. This is where I share my movie opinions. Love superheroes, psychopaths, and baby penguins. Okay, got Twitter, Patreon. Okay, she's been around since 2016. Okay, she's been around for a minute. All right, these are her more latest videos, right? The content she's making right now. Every movie is just a worse version of the one from the past. Talking about Disney, and it looks like Marvel's mixed in there too, which I don't know why, but maybe we'll get to that video eventually. She's doing the angle of Fantastic Four is an MCU movie. Title is I'm convinced Fantastic Four is going to bomb after this. Leaked information revealed. Jumping on the train for that. That one in specifically is a big red flag for me, because what that tells me is she's paying attention to the larger Chud channels content in terms of like what they're doing in the trendy stuff. This one, not so much, but look, you can dunk on Disney cartoons all day. That's kind of a evergreen thing. But this one specifically, 4 days ago, she's keeping up with that. Mission Impossible, terrible. Didn't get much traction on that one. That was actually a lower video for her. But 60K views on this one out of her last 3 videos. So you know that one's doing big things there. Avengers Doomsday should be canceled. That's rage bait. We need to talk about Pedro Pascal. I'm assuming that it's about his... well, it looks like it's got him licking the like LED pipe there, the viral video of him dancing around and stuff that people seem to be losing their minds about. Oh, you can't have fun. You can't have fun in 2025. Somebody's going to film you and make a video about you. But Vanessa Kirby it's already been established that she's okay with touch. Like, as long as somebody consents to another person touching them, I don't have a problem with it. It's really weird for people to get mad about that anyway. Like, if someone else is okay with another person holding their hand or touching their shoulder or something like that, you shouldn't be fucking chiming in on it. That's weird. That's weird. Lilo and Stitch going after that. Yeah, playbook. It's doing well, though. Denzel Washington should not play Magneto. Well, I don't think he's going to be. Rage bait. Sam Wilson was... Oh, so I did see this. I saw another video of hers. I must have watched this with when I was on stream with someone. Sam Wilson is the worst Captain America. Of course, because he's black, right? That's why. I mean, let's just put that. Sam Wilson is the worst Captain America, comma, because he is black. That's what you guys really want to say. There's a lot of red flags here. So let's look here. We've got, we've gone through like almost 9 videos. Red flag, red flag, red flag, red flag, red flag. A lot of red flag videos. The Tragedy of Wish, the greatest fumble in Disney's history. That one's not so... I mean, that's fine. James Gunn Superman is a man-child, probably. So that's her out, in case he's not. Why Marvel's afraid of you seeing this show, Ironheart is a Psycho. I don't know where that... A little bit of that one was watched. That must have been an autoplay. This is the one that I watched. This is the first video that I watched from her. Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy, the worst relationship in comics. What you didn't know. So this is a 50-minute video. I started reacting to it. I recorded like half of it. And I went through, I actually took notes. Let me see if I still have my notes over here. I took notes because as I was watching the video, I was like, this is really weird that she's spending over half of the video runtime not talking about the main topic. Her claim was that Poison Ivy and Harley Quinn are the worst relationship in comics. And then she spends a portion of the beginning of her video, not just the beginning. I was writing these notes as I was watching it. Not just the beginning, like the first half or more of the video, not addressing the claim directly and actually avoiding addressing the claim. And it's basically her going in on like shippers and people who like the idea of a relationship allegory, which all fandoms have people that want to see certain characters in relationships. It's not really a new thing. It's been around since Tumblr. So it's not a new thing that people are doing on the internet. So in her title, it's like Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy, the worst relationship in comics. And then the entire portion that I watched, she never really addressed why that was. It was more or less just being mad at the fans who like seeing them together and pathetically trying to debunk any sort of argument that someone would have for why those two characters could be in a romantic relationship. But she's not giving any definitive reasons why they couldn't be. She's just attacking other people's opinions with her opinions and then saying this is objective. And it's just not. So I found that to be intellectually dishonest, which is why I was a little bit concerned about her content. Let's take a look at her videos. Let's go to, actually, let's look at her oldest content. So we go back 8 years ago when she started her channel. It looks like she was just making vlogs. And it doesn't look like there was anything crazy happening. And keep in mind, 8 years ago was around the time that the grifty parts of YouTube were starting to like sprout up. But it doesn't look like she was getting into that. It looks like when she started out, she was really just enjoying making videos and having fun talking about comic books and stuff like that. Which there's so many channels that start out that way and they end up gaining traction and people end up supporting them. But there's a lot of channels that just, the YouTube is, it's a gamble, you know, it's a roll of the dice. You don't know if your channel is going to take off or not. And you spend a lot of time, and trust me, I know you spend a lot of time trying to like do something with your channel and get people to watch. Look, she got 1.3K there after 1.9K. So she had some videos kind of blowing up a little bit. But this is the hard way. This is the hard way. It's a combination of consistency, persistence, and hard work, and fighting for recommended. This is the hard way for doing it. The easy way of doing it is to jump into the chuddy, grifty stuff. Now, as we're going through this, we're seeing 2 years ago, she's still kind of doing just the normal stuff you would see. She hadn't really started the chuddy stuff yet. DC comic where Joker becomes pregnant. So this is, looks like here this one bumped up a little bit compared to some of her other videos. So this was like her first taste, right? So she had a She-Hulk thing here, 3.8K views. DC Comics is a horrible company run by horrible people, 13K views. And then down here, right before, looks like right before she gets her monetization, this is what she made. And then we get to the rage bait. Here we go. The very first video that she makes after she gets monetized here, at least from what we can see on her timeline, is a Margot Robbie video about her not being a good Harley Quinn. 55K views. Biggest video that I saw on her channel to date. And when this happens, it gives you a little taste. You've been trying for so long. At this point, 6 or so years for her to catch on. She does this, she gets 55K views. Oh, here we have one where she's going in on Star Wars. Disney made me lose my faith in humanity. She's trying. Why I stopped caring about Star Wars. 69K views. Here we go. Another big one for her. I want to point this out there, just so you guys are aware. When you don't care about something, you stop talking about it. Like, for example, I don't care about sports. I don't make videos about sports. I don't make videos about how sports are failing. I don't make videos about how athletes suck. I don't make videos about that. I don't care about reality dating TV shows. So I don't make videos talking about all that all the time. So when you don't care about something, you don't talk about it. So if you have established that this person doesn't care about something, whether it be Star Wars or Marvel or DC or Disney or whatever, and they continue to talk about it, then you have to subtract the fact that they've said they don't care about it, which only leaves the door open for money. So they're doing it just for money. And once you've established that someone doesn't care about something and they're only doing it for money, then their opinion about it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because they're no longer an unbiased source of information. Once you've established that they're just doing it for money and they don't care about it, they're simply saying whatever they can to make people watch their content, click on their content, and continue to come back to their channel. So right here, this is the biggest red flag. Why I stopped caring about Star Wars. That's a big one. Bomb here. Flash made me never want to see a DC movie again. Is Hollywood going to die? Why is every movie flopping? Yeah, this is where it happened. So after a couple of sort of Chuddy-esque videos, it looks like she fell down the rabbit hole. Here we go. The Marvel's the end of the MCU. Why I stopped caring about the MCU. See what I'm saying here? See what I'm saying? Let's see what our most popular video is. I'm very curious what our most popular video is. I'm sick and tired of the girl boss narrative. Why I stopped caring about the MCU. Why does the MCU want you to hate this character so much? It's a John Walker video. We might have to watch that one at some point. She's still talking about the MCU. She still talked 3 weeks ago was the John Walker video. So she's still talking about the MCU. So you guys wanted my opinion on this channel and my thoughts on it. Every single indicator that I would use to determine if a channel is grifting people for money are ticked off. All those boxes are ticked off by JesterBell's channel. They're all ticked off. Because she made 2 videos over a year ago saying that she stopped caring about Star Wars and Marvel. Marvel specifically, she's still making content about. I didn't look for Star Wars, but I'm sure she probably has. But once someone does that and they continue to make content about it, it is telling me they are just doing it for money because they no longer care about it. If you care about something and you want it to get better, you don't make a video saying why I don't care about this thing anymore. If you make that video though, you make a video saying, like if I were to make a video and say, I don't care about grifters anymore, right? And that's my video. A bunch of people would tune into it, a bunch of people would watch it, and then 3 weeks later, I'm still making videos about grifters. You'd be like, well, I thought you didn't care about grifters anymore. But the brain rot that these communities have does not allow them to have that kind of abstract thought. They can't think outside of that. They can't go, why is it that this person that doesn't like Marvel is still talking about Marvel? Why is it that I am a person that doesn't like Marvel? Why am I still watching videos, wasting time of my life of people who also don't like Marvel? So I'm watching content creators, hours and hours and hours of this kind of content every single day, even though I don't like Marvel anymore. Time that I could spend doing things that I want to do, things that I love to do. But instead, I'm watching these content creators who don't like Marvel, who are also wasting time, except they're getting paid for it. And I'm sitting over here watching ads and giving them engagement to line their pockets so they can tell me that they hate something intellectually dishonestly, that they hate something, while I sit here trying to convince myself that I hate something. And that is where we are with these channels and their viewers. So we might watch, just because, I might watch the video where she talks about John Walker. Let me know in the comments if you guys want me to do that. I will. Or if there's any other video by JesterBell you want me to watch and react to. The Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy one was a really long video. And I was an hour into my notes and only halfway through the video. So there's a lot to unpack there. Maybe I will revisit it. Maybe I'll revisit it on a live stream. I don't know. Let me know if you'd like to see that. But give me your thoughts and opinions on any and all of this. But as far as that's concerned, let's go ahead and do this. We're going to do this so I can keep an eye on it. I'm going to subscribe to JesterBell just to keep an eye on the channel to see what kind of content continues to come out. But let me know your thoughts on this. Does this tick all the boxes for you? Would you consider this to be like confirmed Chud channel, or is it more like keep an eye on it Chud channel? I'm just curious. Let me know in the comments below.